Yo, what's up, swag? You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy KLR, aka KL Swag. Back here with a video, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was a little zesty. I think I've been watching too much Diddy stuff. Sean Combs. Baby oil. I'm gonna have you scrapping and scraping it. Oh my God, man. We are back here giving another Matt B. Great reaction, man. Cormani McClain wants to come back to Colorado. Matt B. Great, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. You keep playing with me, I'm going to have you come to one of my parties. Let's get into it, man. I don't believe this, though. Let's get into it.
Alabama and Georgia and Kentucky and Ole Miss, and the list goes on and on and on. This is one of the wildest things I saw. There's a lot of rumors going around that Cormani McClain wants to return back to Colorado and play for Coach Prime. Somebody says it's like an ex-girlfriend lingering. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around the campfire as we discuss and talk about a tale of a young man who is ruining his career in live current time right in front of our own eyes. I've said this before about the situation. It's really sad. We'll talk more about that in this video, I'm sure of, but it's also really fascinating. It intrigues me just as much as anybody else. His fall off has got to be studied, and it's got to be used as an example of 101 what not to do when you make it to the next level, and the next level being college football. You know exactly who we're about to talk about, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Cormani McClain. Ah, yes, good old Cormani McClain. Where do you even begin? I am not going to sit up here and give you the entire backstory. Most of you know what has led us up until this point. If you don't know, I got some good and bad news for you. The good news is we've made a ton of our videos talking about him and covering his situation and what's been going on the past couple of years. So feel free to check those out. The bad news is I'm not going over all that in this video, so I'm not sorry. It's not fair to all the people that have been keeping up with the Cormani lore to go over all that information again. But like I always do, I will give you the very, and I mean very...
Yeah, I think I missed one video, you guys, so I'm going to react to that one probably later on. Probably tomorrow, something like that, but this is the recent one.
Very short run through. Cormani McClain was a 5-star recruit and the #1 cornerback recruit coming out of high school. Every school wanted him. Long story short, decides to go to Colorado. Doesn't work out because he wasn't working hard. He was showing up late to meetings and classes and etc. etc. He winds up posting a YouTube video where he pretty much just bashes Colorado and Coach Prime, says he doesn't want to play for clicks and views, enters a portal, and nobody goes after him. So he's now in a sticky situation, not because he left Colorado, but the way he acted. None of these teams wanted to take a chance on him, so he had no choice but to walk on. Let me repeat that. Walk on at Florida. Great.
Which is crazy as hell, y'all. The crazy thing is, I had an opportunity to walk on at Florida. I know y'all like, what? Wait, what? A lot of people don't know that. I was talking to a coach that used to coach at another school or whatever like that. This was back then when I was at the D2 school that I was telling you guys that that they wanted me to play with them or whatever like that. One of the guys was gonna help me get on the team and stuff like that, but I just didn't want to play, for them or whatever like that. I wanted to play Division I. I know how I am. I know how I play. I know the right position that I was supposed to play, and that was safety. So, like I said, I usually let you guys know, especially to the new subs out there. Like I said, I had a coach. He was gonna pull some strings for me to be a preferred walk-on, not a 4-star, not a 5-star, no star. Which that don't mean anything. You can be a no star and go crazy and be better than all these 4 or 5 stars and shit like that. But anyways, I didn't have the test scores. That was my thing. I didn't have the test scores or whatever like that, and I couldn't take a test or whatever like that to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not gonna take the SAT and all that, because back then you have to sit down and do it. Well, actually, I don't know what it is now, but I know back then we had to sit down and take the test and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, I was not gonna do that. And then I sure was not gonna do all that crazy studying and stuff. Now, if it would have been some online shit, you know what I mean, I would have passed. But yeah, man, I didn't have the SAT scores, and then on top of that, I needed credits because I'm in school, so I needed credits. Then I would have been able to transfer to any other school or whatever like that. Would have got accepted. All you got to do is send the transcripts. But unfortunately, that time he was like, "Look, I'm here. I can help you get in. I already know you're a hard worker. Stuff like that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be some competition. But I got you. Just do your part." you know. So I didn't have the test scores or whatever like that, and I stayed at the school that I was at. Unfortunately, he left and transferred to and went to another school. But just know I had the opportunity to play for Florida. Prefer walk-on also. So yeah, man, let's get into it.
Granted, yeah, he's a preferred walk-on, but still, that is crazy going from the number.
And that is embarrassing because he was the number one corner, you guys. 4 or 5 star, whatever he was. I'm talking about he was with Wallow and Gilly. The niggas that be with the celebrities and stuff like that. That be interviewing celebrities. So this crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Number one quarterback recruit to a walk-on in less than 1 year. Walks on at Florida. Some people were trying to argue and say, well, this may be good for him. It's going to be a fresh start. Well, just like Lee Corso says, nah, not so fast, my friend. As soon as he gets to Florida, he's already getting in trouble because, oh, guess what? He's showing up late to meetings, workouts, and etc. The list goes on and on and on. Florida winds up disciplining him, and I will give him some credit. He did clean up his act a little bit from what I've heard. But it's one of those things where it's all too little, all too late. He got in the coach's doghouse, and things haven't been going too good at Florida. How bad has it been, you may ask? Great question, my friend. I have an even better answer, and we talked about this in the last update. And it's crazy when I think about it, because I remember stating in the last update about Cormani, we more than likely won't talk about him again until the offseason, but here we are. This man can't stay out of the news. And like my grandfather told me, Matthew, sometimes no news is good news. I'll come back to that in just a second. Remember that because it comes back into play. Anyways, like I was saying, the newest new updates before this one is at Florida. He couldn't even get listed on the depth chart. So it's not even like he was a backup, a second or third stringer. No, he was a practice dummy, essentially. I ain't gonna hold you. Not getting listed on the depth chart is insane, and before some of you try to say this, no, he was not injured. He did suffer a minor eye injury, but he recovered from that, and he still wasn't being listed on any of the depth charts. So obviously, he didn't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out things were not going good at Florida. And like I said, I thought that was going to be the last time we speak about him, but here we are. Of all the crazy things that happened this weekend, with all the great games involving Alabama and Georgia, and Kentucky and Ole Miss, and the list goes on and on and on, this was one of the wildest things I saw. Mr. Cormani McClain was at the UCF Colorado football game. I'm going to say that one more time. Cormani McClain was at the UCF Colorado football game. No, your TV or device isn't fooling you. You heard me correctly one more time. Cormani McClain was at the Colorado football game. You want to know why I know this? It's not because I have some unreal and great source. It's not because someone saw him there and told me. It's because Cormani told everybody on his Instagram. We'll get to that in just a second because I'm probably going to go on a major rant and tangent involving that. And oh, what do you know? He wound up deleting it because more than likely you know somebody at Florida either call him or text him like, dude, what are you doing? Delete that. I was about to say, Cormani, what are you thinking? But then I realized you're not thinking. That's what's going on here. I have so many different questions. Like, number one, why were you at the game? And number two, why did you want to go to the game? And number three, why did you post about it? Like, Cormani, I'm rooting for you. I really am, and I think everybody else is, but you're making it hard, brother. You knew good and well if you showed up to the Colorado football game, a team in which you got a history with, it was going to stir up some problems on social media. You knew that. But to put the cherry on top, you then make it known to the public. I guess just showing up wasn't good enough because nobody recognized them and nobody leaked it. So you take it into your own hands and say, all right, I'm going to tell the world I'm at the game, and you post it on Instagram. And I know the answer as to why would he post this on social media. We talked about it before. He loves attention. He's just like a girl. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. He can't get enough attention. That's what social media is. Why else are you posting this on your story? You're not getting some financial gain from it or anything like that. You love attention. You love it. You wanted people to know that you're at the Colorado, your former team's football game. That's all there is to it. And then you got people in the comments saying, bro's supposed to be on that field. No, he's not. People that don't work hard in this life, they're not supposed to be on the football field. And I'm glad this comment was written because these are the type of people that hype Cormani up. These are the type of people he has surrounded himself with. Yes, man. Cormani is not supposed to be on that field, and college has treated him a valuable lesson. You don't deserve anything in this life. You have to go out there and earn it. I'll give you a good example. Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh Sanders, the son of Deion Sanders, one of the greatest athletes of all time, they still get up and work their butts off every single day. if they feel like they got to do it, you for sure do. Like, you know what I mean? Shiloh and Shedeur are just insanely gifted and talented from the jump. They got a head start on everybody else, and they're still outworking their competition. But Cormani has this brainwashed mentality of, oh, I was a 5-star recruit in high school. I can just chill, not show up, and everyone's going to bow down to me. But no, that's not how life works. You know what this is, right? Cormani knows he effed up, and he's like, I'll go to the Colorado game this weekend, see if I made a good choice. And if they get blown out, that will validate my feelings. And, yeah, not good for him. Colorado wound up going in there and destroying UCF.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Hey, that'd be great. You're saying something now.
If he didn't have regrets before that game, he most certainly's got regrets after that game. Because you know he's sitting there right now wherever he's at thinking, man, I screwed it up. I had it made. I could have learned under Coach Prime and Travis Hunter, 2 of the all-time greats. And here I am. I'm not even on the depth chart at Florida. And I tried telling him this. You guys watched all the videos we made on him when he left Colorado. I stated word for word. If Coach Prime can't fix Cormani McClain, nobody can. People don't understand. Coach Prime wanted badly to fix him, and he couldn't. Most coaches, I'd say 95% of them, are not going to go out of their way to check on you and make sure you behave. That's something you got to do, but Coach Prime was doing that. Then Cormani proceeded to throw him under the bus. That decision-making still baffles me, but hey, it is what it is. He is transferred to Florida, and he is starting to realize, classic case and example, perfect use of this phrase, saying whatever you want to call it, the grass isn't always green.
I ain't gonna lie, he look like he got bigger though. He don't look as skinny. He look like he been in that weight room. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Or on the other side. And here's where things get bizarre. There's a lot of rumors going around that Cormani McClain wants to return back to Colorado and play for Coach Prime. There's only one way that happens, and Cormani has to man up and grow up. Can he do this? I don't know. It's a big if. But he has to man up, grow up, call Coach Prime and say, Coach, I'm sorry I messed up, and they have their own conversation, but he has to apologize. And maybe, this is just a maybe, Coach Prime gives him one more shot or one more chance. But I tell you this much, man, I would not blame Coach Prime if he said, nah, you already badmouthed me, so I'm not taking you back. Wouldn't blame him. When I talk about these situations...
Knowing Coach Prime, I don't know him personally, like I said. Knowing Coach Prime, I think he'd give him a chance. That's just me saying that. I really personally feel like he would personally give Cormani McClain a chance.
I try to put myself in everybody's shoes. If I was in Coach Prime's shoes and he did apologize and said everything I wanted to hear, would I take him back? I don't know. It's tough. You already bashed me once, and I've always believed in when people show you their true colors, you better believe them. But at the same time, you have to understand who we're dealing with. It's Cormani. He's had a lack of guidance all throughout his life. Did he mean what he said about Coach Prime in Colorado? More than likely, probably not. He was just talking to talk. I mean, y'all have seen him by this point. He's always posting stuff on social media that's dumb and doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't mean you have to overlook it. It's a tough situation. Let me know in the comment section. If you was Coach Prime and Cormani wanted to come back, would you give him another chance? At this point, it would be a big distraction for Deion to take Cormani back. That mother who had so much to say needs to get her son some psychological help. Cormani needs to get his emotional side intact. Cormani needs to figure out his story is going to play out because no one will be pacifying him. His mother had done enough of that. He needs to get up, get healed, and get back into the game before it's too late. Yeah, that's one thing, too, because it's getting to the point, man, people are starting to forget about him and move on to the next 5-star recruit.
To be honest, bro, to end this video off, bro, I feel like Coach Prime would we gonna see what else Matt B. Gray be saying, bro. But I'm not gonna lie, at the end of the day, bro, I feel like Coach Prime would probably get him back. But I feel like his son's gonna be the ones to be like, hell no, hell no. But Coach Prime, he would, because he know he a kid and stuff like that. But that's just me saying that, though. And how I feel.
This is now going to be 2 years where he hasn't even played college football outside of a couple plays here and there for Colorado. And I also agree, taking him back, could you imagine all the distractions? And I mean, if you didn't think Colorado is getting talked about a lot right now, imagine if Cormani goes back. Somebody said it's like an ex-girlfriend lingering. Kiddo moves like a weirdo, real talk. I wouldn't want him around my program. Why be at another team's game when you could be learning your playbook and improving your craft in order to get some playing time? He doesn't take football seriously, and I agree 100%. That's not brand new knowledge. Everybody knows he doesn't take football seriously. I love this comment because it's what we said word for word in multiple different videos. I said it when reacting to his video he made on Colorado and Coach Prime. Never burn bridges. Never. And even for you guys watching this video, I highly advise you to never burn a bridge. I don't care how bad someone screws you over, what they do to you, never burn that bridge. You never know when you may need that person in the future. I've had quite a few examples in my life where somebody really pisses me off or screws me over. I don't burn that bridge even though I really wanted to. And years, I'm talking about years down the line, I wind up needing that person, so it works out in my favor. But it's kind of funny because in this case, an example, Cormani didn't even get screwed over in the first place and he burned the bridge. Burning bridges are never a good idea. I don't care how bad it gets. You may never, ever again in your lifetime use that said bridge again, but just for the chance you might sometime need it, just keep it there. Let's put ourselves in Cormani's shoes. What would I try to do? Well, I'm not saying it's possible, but I'd be trying my best to get back to Colorado, and I'd be
10 it off. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Study your plays. That's it. Study your plays. Go to your meetings. Go to the weight room. It's like I said, you look like you got bigger. Go to the practices, bro. It's not that hard, bro. If you really want to play football, play football. But in college, you gotta study your playbook. In college, you got to go to practice. In college, you got to go to meetings. At the meetings. At the meetings. At the meetings. At the meetings. Studying film. You see, I got 8 fingers up right now. 8 fingers up. And on top of that, that's 9 right there. You gotta freaking go to weightlifting in the morning. Then sometimes you might have conditioning in the morning. That's 10. Stay swagged up, bro. That don't make no damn sense.